Today we will discuss about the focus of a concave mirror. What do you mean by focus of a concave mirror? Suppose that we have a concave mirror. When this concave mirror is brought in front of a sun, the concave mirror focus all the sunlight at a single point. The point where all the rays are focused is called principal focus of the mirror. When an object at infinity is placed in front of a concave mirror, then its image is formed at the focus. Suppose that an object is at infinity. Infinity means at a large distance. Then all the rays coming parallel will meet at a single point after reflection from the mirror. This single point is called focus of the mirror. So when a concave mirror is placed in front of sun, the, all the sunlight is focused at a single point. When a piece of paper is placed at this point, then it will start to burn because all the rays are concentrated at a single point, and due to excessive heat it will begins to burn. So a concave mirror focuses all the rays at a single point. This single point on the principal axis at which all the rays incident parallel meet after reflection from the mirror is called principal focus of the mirror. So it is a point on the principal axis at which all the rays incident parallel to the principal axis meet after reflection from the mirror. All the rays appear to meet at this point. This point is called principal focus. Since all the rays are actually meeting after reflection from the mirror, so this is called real focus because all the rays are actually meeting at this point. So it is a real focus. Now in case of convex mirror, when convex mirror is placed in front of a object at infinity, then all the rays coming from that object which is at infinity will be diverged by the convex mirror. It will diverge them. They will not converge. And if we extend them geometrically, these are not rays. This is just a geometrical extension of these rays. They will meet at this point behind the mirror. This is the focus of convex mirror. When you see from here, you will observe that the rays are diverged by the convex mirror. So this convex mirror will diverge all the rays. And this focus is called virtual focus because rays are actually not meeting at this point. So this is virtual focus. So concave mirror form a real focus, virtual focus is formed by convex mirror. Next is aperture. What is aperture of the mirror? So aperture of mirror is the diameter of the reflecting surface of a spherical mirror. Diameter of reflecting surface of spherical mirror is called aperture. So when you see the mirror from the front, it appears to be circular like this. But the side view of the mirror is like this. When you see from here, this mirror will appears like this. Like in circular, it is circular in shape. So the diameter of this mirror is called aperture. We can say that this diameter is called aperture. Aperture of the spherical mirror. Now, in case of concave mirror or convex mirror, this is your concave mirror. This is your concave mirror. This is the focus. This is center of curvature. This is pole. Here, PF is equal to focal length. PC is equal to radius of curvature. So this is your R and this is your F, focal length. Distance from pole to focus is called focal length. Distance from pole to center of curvature is called radius of curvature. And this is the relation between them. Radius of curvature is double of focal length, 2 times the focal length. It means focus lies midway between P and C. Now next we will discuss the image formation by spherical mirror. So there are certain rules for image formation. A concave mirror or convex mirror can form various type of images. The images can be real, virtual, erect, magnified, diminished, of same size depending upon the position of the object, where object is placed. So there is a table in your book. In the first column, the position of the object, where the object is placed. Second column gives you the position of the image, where image is formed, then size of the image, nature of image. So when object is placed at infinity, the image is formed at focus and it will be highly diminished point in size. Very small image will be formed and it will be real and inverted. When object is placed beyond C, the image will form between F and C. It will be diminished. It will be real and inverted. When object is at C, the image will also form at C. It will be of same size, real and inverted. When object is placed between C and F, image is formed beyond C. It will be enlarged, real and inverted. When object is placed at F, the image is formed at infinity. It will be highly enlarged, real and inverted. When object is between P and F, the image is found behind the mirror. It is enlarged, virtual and erect. So these are the various position of the image, nature of the image and size of the image. This is for concave mirror. Concave mirror can form real image as well as virtual image. Real image is always inverted. As you see here, real image is always inverted and virtual image is always erect. Real image can be taken on the screen. Virtual image cannot be taken on the screen. Real image is formed at the point where the rays actually meet after reflection from the mirror, and virtual image is formed where the rays actually do not meet. Then that point virtual image is formed. When you see in a plane mirror, the image formed by the plane mirror is virtual. It is not direct. Now next we will discuss the rules for image formation. Now here you see that in case of concave mirror or convex mirror, when a ray is incident parallel to the principal axis, then after reflection, this ray is parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it will pass through the focus. When we draw a normal at the point of incidence, this is point of incidence where the rays incident ray actually strikes the mirror, point of incidence. When a normal is drawn, means perpendicular, it will pass through the center of curvature. Normal drawn to the mirror always passes through the center of curvature. So when a ray is parallel, incident parallel, it will always pass through the focus. In case of convex mirror also, when ray is incident parallel, it will also pass through the focus of the mirror. Now when a ray passes through the focus, it will becomes parallel to the principal axis. Same is the case for convex mirror. When a ray passes through the focus, it cannot pass through the other side of the mirror, but when we extend geometrically, it will pass through the focus. So when a ray passes through this point, then it will become parallel to the principal axis, like this. This is principal axis. When a ray strike at this point, it cannot pass through this point, but geometrically when you extend it, then it will pass through the focus, and after reflection it will become parallel to the principal axis. These rules you have to keep in mind. Next is, when a ray passes through the center of curvature, it will fall normal to the mirror, and when a ray fall normal to the mirror, it will retrace its path, because mirror is a portion of a spherical, is a portion of a sphere. So when a ray is incident normal to a sphere, it will always pass through the center of this sphere. From any side, when you incident a ray, it will always pass through the center. And this mirror is a part of this sphere. So when a ray is passing through the center of curvature, it will retrace its path. So when a ray strikes, it will always pass through the center. Similarly, when a ray is incident normal to a plane mirror, it will retrace its path. So similarly the case for convex mirror, when it is incident normal, it will retrace its path. So these are the certain rules. This will help you in the formation of image. Next is ray incident obliquely at any angle. Obliquely means at any angle. Suppose this angle is 30°, then it will be reflected back with the same angle, 30°, because angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Similarly, for convex, it will be reflected back with the same angle. Remember these cases, this all will help you in forming the image that we will discuss later on. Thank you.